welcome Michael Caine. It's been about 15 years I've been trying to get you on the show.
Yeah, it's been about 15 years, Dad.
Nice to have you here.
I didn't know you'd been on that long.
Even longer, I think.
Yeah.
Did you really kiss Michelle Pfeiffer for 4 minutes?
4.5 minutes, yeah. I was doing a movie called Sweet Liberty, and they had a sequence. You know, at the end of a movie, they put the cast rolls up and all the credits and everything, and they halted on this kiss. And they said, well, the credits are 4.5 minutes, so just hold the kiss. You know, which was great with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Messy job, someone's
got to do it. And we rehearsed for a bit, and then we went on and did it.
How many takes, Michael?
We did 5 takes.
That's 25 minutes?
Yeah, 25 minutes.
Really?
I kissed her for it. But what happened was they had what's called a steady cam, which is just a camera that they hold. And they were running round and round in a big wide circle round us doing this shot, which was, you know, at the end of the film, it was just going round and round and round and romantic music. But, of course, all the crew were running round and they were falling over, the camera fell over, people were bumping into each other, and we were kissing, and we were kissing away, and I hear people going, oh, yeah. And then, after, you really cannot kiss anybody, including Michelle Pfeiffer, for 4.5 minutes, because... You know, if you kiss, I'm sure we've all kissed somebody here sometime or other. I mean, there is a moment which you both decide you've got to break away, even if it's only for air. But so if you have to kiss for 4.5 minutes, you start to laugh. It's the funniest thing. And you can actually see our shoulders. We were in hysterics by the time.
I mean, what do you think about it? You can't, well, I've got to get the Hoover fixed. You've got to be thinking about it.
I thought about my wife.
That's the right answer. That's definitely the right
She's
answer.
watching, so... Well, the whole time I thought about it. And then we started to laugh. I thought about the washing and the laundry and getting the cable TV fixed and stuff like that.
What do you do, Michael? There must be a time when, even though a girl kind of appears to be... someone's been booked, and I don't assume you're in every casting. Somebody says, oh, you've got to kiss her. Is there a time you think, oh, I can't kiss her? I mean, what do you do?
Well, it's very difficult. I've had to kiss some very strange women. It's not all Michelle Pfeiffer, I can tell you. I just kissed Miss Piggy as a matter of fact. I did, yeah. I just did a movie of The Christmas Carol, which is the Christmas movie for the Muppets. I was the only human being in it, and I played Scrooge. So I didn't kiss her on the lips. No. You know, because her nose comes out too far. Only on the cheek, yeah.
Tell me about your... I mean, everybody's talking about this new autobiography. What's it all about? I mean, why write an autobiography, Michael?
Well, it was strange because there are about 10 or 15 biographies of me, which is, you know, written by somebody else. And I read 1 or 2 of them, and I got sort of halfway through, and I thought, this isn't me at all. What are they writing about? But I forgot it. I said, it doesn't matter because the biographies disappeared very quickly. And then one day I was watching an impressionist. And he came on and he sort of put on a pair of horn-rimmed glasses. And then he went into this terrible moronic thing. I realised he was doing me because he mentioned he suddenly went, hello, my name is Michael Caine. And I said to my wife, do I talk like that? She said, no. But everybody recognised, and everybody clapped. They said, yeah, that's just like it. And then he said things like, oh, let's go down the old pub and have some see if we can pull a couple of birds or something. And it got worse and worse until it gradually developed into sort of Dudley Moore with Peter Cook. You know? and it was this sort of thing, hello, Pete, I ain't going on all night. And I thought to myself, do I really appear this moronic to people? You know? And I mean, I don't go into pubs. I hate jelly deals. I've been happily married for 21 years, and here I am talking about poor couple of birds.
You wanted to put the record straight.
And I just wanted to put the record straight on my own record player. So I sat down for 2.5 years and wrote, not 2.5 years, solid, off and on, writing about it.
It's not a kiss and tell thing, and you've done none of that. Although you have actually been a victim of that, haven't you? Been.
Yeah, I've been a victim of kiss and tells, and I've hated it so much I swore I'd never do it to anybody else, and so I haven't. The basic thing is just speaking from a male point of view, if you do a kiss and tell, you come out looking like a creep anyway, you know, because you just say, why did he have to go and tell this about whoever? You upset a lot of people, you know, if you've had a sort of varied sex life, you upset a lot of people. And I don't really think it's fair on people's families. It's all so many years later, and I hate that sort of thing. I really hate it when it's done to me, and I refuse to do it to anybody else.
Well, you're very happily married. You've been married
Yes.
to Shakira, what, 20 years?
21 years, yes.
I nearly run her over, by the way.
Did you?
She doesn't know this. Shopping in Chelsea, and she came across her, and I just was like, oh no, I could see the headlines.
Yeah.
Des knocks down Shakira Caine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when Shakira's shopping, she doesn't notice traffic. Not many women do they?
But I mean, I know the story's been documented, but not everyone knows it. How you actually suddenly one day said, hey, this is the lady for me. I mean, because a lot of people actually do not know that story.
Yeah, I was watching television. I stayed in one night in the 60s, which was very unusual for everybody.
You were a Jack the Lad in
Yeah.
those days.
I had this television with cobwebs over it, and I finally turned it on and got a picture. You keep hitting it, and the picture comes on. And I was watching whatever the show it was, I don't remember, and a commercial for Maxwell House came on, coffee. And I was sitting there, and there was this girl rattling these cans with beans. She was a model doing this. And I suddenly thought to myself, I don't know what it was. It was a very strange thing. And it was in black and white. I mean, after all, television pictures about this big, so she was about this big in the middle of it. And I thought, that's the one. After all, I was 38 years old, and I went, that's the one. And I went crawling up to the TV set to get a closer look. And there was a great big close-up of a can of Maxwell House coffee. and anyway, I met a guy. The thing was in Brazil, and I thought she was very dark, so I thought she was Brazilian. So I said to my mate who was watching it, we're going to Brazil tomorrow to find her.
Just like that?
Just like that. And I said, we're going to Brazil tomorrow to find her. So he said, you really want to go? He was my mate, but he wasn't successful, so he wanted to go to Brazil anyway, so he wasn't about to talk me out of it. So I said, I'll pay you fare, we go to Brazil. And so we then went out, and I got all excited because we were staying in. I said, I'm going down Tramp, which is a discotheque owned by a friend of mine. And I'm down there, and a guy comes in, and we start to talk, and the conversation went on, and we were all joking, and I said, I'm in love, you know, and he said, who with? I said, a girl I saw on the television tonight. I said, and I'm going to Brazil tomorrow to find her. So he said, which was not, I mean, the sort of life in the 60s and the sort of people we were, the fact that I would go to Brazil tomorrow to find a girl wasn't unusual. You know, no one said it.
It was a crazy world in those days.
Yeah, it was a crazy kind of world. He said, oh, yeah, of course you would. Yeah, I would go to Brazil if I saw someone. He said to me, he said, well, I've been watching television all evening. I didn't see any beautiful girls in any shows. I said, you wasn't in a show. He said, I said, well, I saw a Maxwell House commercial. So he said, oh, I know her. I said, oh, really? I said, that's fantastic. So I said, I'm going to Brazil tomorrow to find her. He said, you don't have to go. She lives in the Fulham Road. It's a true story. No. That's it. And she lived in a Fulham Road right near the ABC.
I bet your friend was upset.
Yeah. My friend went, I nearly got to go to Brazil.
You're making your own movies now.
Yeah, I started off a production company with an American friend of mine called Marty Bregman, and we had this company, and we made the idea is to make films in Britain, but to make films that sort of you might have a chance with commercially.
Leads in this country, Michael.
Yeah. And
I watched your master class when Michael did an acting master class, teaching young actors and actresses, and a lot of what you were saying there was the look, staying still, not moving the eyes, saying it all with just, we're thinking what you're thinking. You know, and that was beautiful. Do you want to be a director sometime? Because in the master class...
I do, really. what happens if you're someone like me, everything, as my life went on, all my dreams came true. So I keep having to make my dreams more difficult. So now I've given myself the impossible dream, because having written the autobiography, I now feel that I want to write a fiction book. So
You're going to write a novel?
I'm going to write a novel, yeah. And I have this great idea for it, which I'm not going to tell anybody, because someone else will write it better than me. And what I want to do is write the book, then write the screenplay, write a sort of third lead for myself, find a couple of young British people who I think could make it internationally, a girl and a boy, a man and a young man and young woman, and then direct it myself. So that's a kind of impossible dream, but that's what I'll be up to for the next couple
not
of
for
years.
you, I wouldn't think, Michael.
No, it's not that impossible, no. I might well be able to manage it.
You might well scramble through that.
I'll scramble through that.
I mean, in that class, in the master class,
Yeah.
I mean, I think, well, maybe this is something that's in your head. You should do a whole, when you find time, because I know that's your problem. You're an earner. You want to earn. There are things which are airy-fairy, nice to do, but it's not going to pay the bills.
I know.
If you did that, I think you'd be helping a lot of people. I learned a lot. I mean, I've never done a movie. If I was going to do a movie, apart from telling me not to do it, Michael.
I wouldn't tell you not to do it.
There's the one thing in the business I have never done. I would love to do it. Watching, I learned so much just watching it, which you seem to be saying all the time, which is more than I'm doing right now. Less is best. Don't do anything. The least you can do.
Yeah, Jack Lemmon tells a story of that. He was doing his first film with a great director called William Wyler. No, George Cukor. And he was doing this picture, and he was from the theatre, so he was rather big in doing everything, and the face was... George Cukor said, cut, Jack, less. So Jack said, OK. He did the scene again. He said, cut, Jack, less. So Jack Lemmon kept doing it. He said, less, cut, less. And so finally Jack said, George, he said, if I do any less, I'll be doing nothing. And George says, now you got it.
Well, that's
nothing, if you saw there. It's just
a look.
Just a look.
I'm told you're good at impressions, Michael.
Who told you that?
Well, I was talking to the producer. I said, you know, we usually get someone to sing a song at the end, and I don't know whether you would ever sing, so I'm not going to push you into that.
I can't sing.
Oh, well, never stop me.
I'm not going to say I know this.
But they say you do a good Sean Connery, and I'm trying to find a nice sort of warm round where we get the applause for the finish here. Yeah. Sean Connery, you do a pretty fair Roger Moore, and you do good John Wayne Walk. Now, pick one of them.
John Wayne was doing a charity thing, and someone had paid $50,000 for him to read whatever the man gave him. So he gave him a scene from Hamlet.
John Wayne?
Yeah. And this is true. I was at this charity dinner, and John Wayne went, to be or not to be? That is a question. Whether it is nobler in the mind as... Who wrote this crap, anyway?
And the book.
Yeah, thank you.
Michael Caine, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.